So you're Patrice.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Lauren. I'm the AOD worker here at the clinic, and you were referred to me from the midwife. Do you know why they referred you to me?
Drinking while I'm pregnant.
Okay, so you and the midwife are having a yarn.
Yeah.
And at some point it was discussed that you've been drinking while you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations, by the way. So I'm really glad that you've come to see me and we can talk about this together. I want you to know that you're not in trouble. And a lot of people drink while pregnant and they don't realise that it can be bad for them or bad for baby. So that's what we're going to talk about. Now, I don't want to worry you, but I have to tell you, of course, that, what we talk about is private, just you and me. But I do have to put things into the computer. And I might have to talk to the midwife or one of the other nurses about what we talked about today or what we might talk about in the future. And it's our way of looking after you. It's our way of making sure that you're cared for, and baby too.
Yep.
However, if you do tell me something that makes me worried about you harming yourself or baby or harming someone else, I do have to do something about that, okay? So I might talk to my boss, because we do have laws in the Northern Territory about that.
Yep.
Yeah. How does that feel? Is that okay?
That's okay.
Yeah, I know it's a lot to take in, but we have to talk about that straight up, right? So
Yeah.
we're both on the same page. So I want to know a bit about your drinking, and there's no judgment here, okay? So can you tell me a bit about, what do you like to drink?
Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels?
Yeah.
Straight up or with something?
Mix it with Coke.
You have it with Coke?
Yeah.
Okay. And I remember having a few JDs in my time. When you have it, do you have it at the pub or at home or both?
Both.
Yeah. And when you're drinking, do you drink alone or with mates or family?
With mates.
With mates.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you have a good time?
Yeah.
How long have you been drinking for?
While I'm pregnant?
No, just in general. Like, have you been drinking, since you were a teenager or just recently?
Recently.
Just recently. Yeah. Has anything changed in your life recently to make you want to drink? Or is it just something that you feel like doing?
Something that I feel like doing.
I know that it's sort of hard to talk a bit about drinking grog with another health professional, but I want to remind you that there really is no judgment here.
Yeah.
So you've got some good mates around you that you drink with?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do they have kids too?
No.
No. So are you the first one to be having a baby in your group of friends?
Yeah.
That can be a challenge in some ways, but that's something we can talk about later on. So when you're drinking grog and you're with your mates and you might be at the pub, do you notice a difference? Like, do the drinks seem weaker at the pub or stronger at home?
Stronger at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we drink at the pub, they have to give us a legal amount. They have to do that, right? That legal amount is exactly 30 ml of spirits, of Jack Daniels. That's one standard drink, right? But when you're at home, you might just free pour.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you've got no idea. So often what happens is you're having a stronger one at home but you're having weaker ones at the pub, so you can probably have more at the pub. It's a bit tricky, this idea of a standard drink, because when nobody really knows what a standard drink is, but it's what's the legal amount in Australia, and we have them written on bottles. So next time you get your JD bottle out, I want you to have a look if you can and just see how many standard drinks are in one bottle. And in here it says drink wise, when you're pregnant. So this one beer is 1.3 standard drinks. So that's not one drink legally in Australia, it's 1.3. It's really confusing. It's really confusing. But all it means is that if you're at the pub and you have a couple of drinks within an hour or so, you're probably okay to drive. And in Australia we say, 2 standard drinks a day is a safe amount to drink, right? However, if you're free pouring at home, you've got no idea. You can't measure it, so it makes it really tricky. Also, what we do know is that if you're drinking when you're pregnant, it's risky to baby. So there's no safe amount at all. So you can't even have those 2 standard drinks a day. So when you're drinking with your mates and you're having Jack Daniels, how many drinks do you reckon you'd have?
5.
Yeah, about 5 drinks?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how often does that happen? Every week or payday or what? What, every day?
Every fortnight.
Every fortnight, yeah. So every couple of weeks you're having about 5 drinks. Okay. And do you ever have like a big amount, like way more than 5?
Probably once a month.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So you get grog sick the next day?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that you're at a high risk of harm to you and baby. So to you for your health, but also to baby, right? So we need to be thinking about no risk to baby down here. And that can be a little bit tricky. It's a bit of a journey to get from high risk to no risk, right? It's really tricky. So we just did the Audit C on the yarning about alcohol and pregnancy tool. Now you probably didn't think that was a standard Audit C because I wasn't asking the questions straight out. What I was doing is getting the drinking story and experience that Patrice has. So she drinks Jack Daniels, she does it about every fortnight, she has over 5 drinks usually, and sometimes she has a big amount, and she does it with her friends. So that tells me a lot already, and I don't need to ask those questions in the Audit C straight out to be able to know that she's at high risk to her health. It's a better approach because we're actually building rapport and building relationship rather than me sitting here asking questions, possibly making Patrice feel uncomfortable. Okay, so then this is when we would bring out the staff advice card. So we would go here to the high risk of harm, and it guides you on how to do your intervention with Patrice. So it tells you what you should be saying, the health advice that you should be giving, and what to do from there on. Okay, so we've talked about standard drinks, we've talked about Patrice's drinking experience, we've talked about risk. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about risk, okay, and do some health education. So Patrice, did the midwife talk with you at all about what might be happening for your baby if you drink?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, great. I'm glad that she did that. I don't want to talk too much about the risk for both of you, but I will give you this brochure at the end of our session where you can have a look at what's actually happening. So your baby's brain is growing, you know, very quickly inside of you at the moment. And unfortunately, alcohol has been shown to damage a baby's growing brain and other parts of its body too. That can be really confronting to take in, to think, oh, I've been doing something that's hurting my baby when you weren't aware of that. I'm just wondering how it is for you right now, if you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah. And if you drink and smoke and other things, if you look at this picture here, it shows how it goes down into where the baby's growing. So every time you have that green can or you have some of that whiskey, it does go all the way through the placenta to the baby. And sometimes what happens is these babies grow up to have learning difficulties. They might look different to other babies as well. Sometimes this can make us feel a bit sad that we've been doing the wrong thing, but I want you to know that there's no judgment here, okay? Because we can change things now.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, do you want to make changes now?
Yeah.
Are there people in your life that can help you to make a change? Like, are there other people besides your friends who maybe don't drink?
Yeah, some family members.
Okay, great. Tell me about them. Who are those people?
My sisters.
Your sisters.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So you've got sisters. And they don't drink?
No.
Great. Okay. And do you enjoy spending time with them?
Yeah.
Well, that helps. That helps a lot. Okay. Anyone else in your family or friends that are going to support you?
My grandmother.
Your grandma. Great. Okay. So your grandma looks after you?
Yeah.
That's good. And she'll be excited to be a great grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does she know yet?
Yeah, she knows.
Oh, that's great. You can always talk to me, and you can always talk to the AHP here in the clinic or the midwife. Is there anyone else that might support you?
My partner.
Your partner. Fantastic. Does he drink?
No.
He's not a drinker?
No.
Ah, good man. What's his name?
Jack.
Great. Okay. All right. Jack. Fantastic. He sounds like a good one. Is he looking forward to having this baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. Because when we make a change in our lives, we need people around us that are going to support us. And it's hard, you know, like it sounds like a lot of your friends drink. Do you have friends that don't drink?
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple of your friends aren't drinkers. So you might want to try and spend a bit more time with them if you can.
Yeah.
Some people find it really hard to say no. And this is a good opportunity for you to practice with me. We won't do it today, but we can always practice ways of saying, look, actually, did you know that you can't drink when you're pregnant? And that's good education for them too.
Yeah.
So they'll learn that as well. And they might humbug you and say, oh, it doesn't matter, don't listen to them or whatever, come and have a drink. But we can work together on how to tackle that and to make it easier for you. Because when people humbug and there's that peer pressure to drink from friends, it's really hard. I remember what it was like when I was younger. Even still, sometimes people my age will, oh, come on, have a drink. No, oh, I don't want to be the only one that drinks. I don't want to be alone or whatever. So they want to bring you in, and it's really hard. So you've only been drinking recently. Are there things in life that you enjoy doing besides drinking?
Going out bush with family.
Going out bush with family. Great. What do you do when you go bush?
Caught kangaroo tails.
Ah, nice. So you go bush, you have some good tucker. There's some other things here that might give you ideas. And you want to be able to still have fun while you're pregnant, even though it's, difficult without grog. Do you like still dancing and music and things like that?
Yeah, music and dancing.
Great. What's your favourite music?
R&B.
Oh, nice. Great. Okay. So there's lots of things in your life that actually help to, keep you happy and strong besides grog. So that's a wonderful thing. And you haven't been drinking for very long, so that makes it easier to give up the grog, I think, too, because it hasn't become such a habit. So if we were going to, make a change, what would you like to do? Do you want to slow down drinking or do you want to finish?
Stop drinking.
Yeah. So you want to just finish?
Yeah.
No
finish.
more grog.
Yeah.
So no more grog from here on until, baby's born?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Also, if you breastfeed, grog comes through breast milk, but we can talk about that later. So your goal is going to be finish drinking. Great. So who's going to help you with that? Can you think of one person that's going to be your go-to person to help you?
My grandmother.
Great. All right. So you can bring your grandmother here to meet me if you like, and we can talk about your goal and strategies and ways to work together. Okay. Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. What we can do is we can go pick her up and have a yarn at home if you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay. So how's your grandma going to help? Is she going to give you other things to do or be a person you can talk to?
Be a person I can talk to.
Okay. So someone you can talk to. All right. And we'll have an appointment together. Because, grandmother's worried. She's probably been worrying about you. So she'd probably be happy to talk some more. So if your goal's to finish drinking, how are we going to do that? When's your next payday? Or when you'd be drinking with your friends?
Next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. You got a week to think about how you want to handle it. So you could talk to your friends before then, give them some education.
Yeah. Talk to them.
Would you be comfortable doing that?
Yeah, it should be okay.
Yeah. Okay. So talk to friends. About drinking and pregnancy. If you like, I can give you another copy of this brochure.
Yep.
And you can show them, and it doesn't have your personal information in it, and that might help you explain, or they can read it for themselves. Would that be okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, great. All right. So you're going to talk to your friends, and we're going to go see your grandma as well, and hopefully we can help you to finish drinking and make sure this baby grows up healthy and strong. That's really good. Well, shall we go see your grandma?
Yep.
Great. Okay. Thanks, Patrice. We'll go do that now, eh?
Yep.
Okay.